Okay girls, a quick little revision video on circles in the area of a sector. So the first thing we need to remember is that the area of a circle, so if we remember our little song, circumference is pi times diameter, but area is pi r squared. So area is pi r squared, and that is what we need to know when we're doing this question. So if I just draw, say, quick circle, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a radius just to make it easy. So I'm going to say my radius here is 5 centimetres. So if I'm going to find the area of the whole circle, my area is going to be pi times 5 squared. Okay, if I pop that in my calculator, so I've got pi times 5 squared. It's going to give me 78.5398. So 70, out of the way, 78.5398 dot dot dot. A few more numbers there. So 78.5398. Now remember, this is the area of the whole circle. Okay, so that's the first thing to remember. Now actually, the exam question, it hasn't asked me to calculate the area of the whole circle, but it's asked me to calculate the area of this little chunk here, this sector. This is called a sector. So it wants me to know what this sector area is. Okay? Now, the key thing is that this angle in here is 95 degrees. So I know that this angle is 95 degrees out of the whole circle, remember? So that whole number of degrees around a point is 360 degrees. So effectively, what I want to find out the area for this bit here is I want 95 out of 360. Okay? So this 95 degrees, this is like my fraction or my proportion that I want to include of my total area, which we just worked out to be 78.5398. Okay? So in my calculator, all I need to type is 95 divided by 360. Remember, this line just means divided by 360, multiplied by 78.5398. So actually, the area of my sector is going to be 20.72578056. And if it asked me to do it to 3 significant figures, I've got 2 zeros, so those are my first 2 significant figures. I look at my 7, because that number 2 is less than 5, that 7's going to stay the same. So my area is going to be 20.7 centimetres squared. Remember, we're talking about, I should put that in up here. Remember, we're talking about area, so we're talking about centimetres squared. And actually, it kind of makes sense, because if you think about it, 90 degrees would be about a quarter of our total area, and a quarter of 78, so we're looking at about a quarter of 80, would be about 20. So we've got a little bit of comfort there if we just use some logic and some basic thinking. We've got a thought process that says actually that looks about right. 20.7 looks about to be 25%, just over of 80. Okay? So that's how we find out the area of a sector.